Label refers to the text that can be written alongside the marker, connector or arrow. The steps for adding a label to a marker, connector or arrow are the same. In this video, we will see how to add a label to a marker. Select the marker and then check the option Add Marker Label. For connectors, add connector label, and for arrow, add arrow label. Okay, back to the marker label. Add the text you want for your label. First, let's give this label a background so that you can see it better. You can either drag and place the label anywhere you want, or use the label X and Y position sliders in the right panel to place the label precisely. These values are calculated from the center of the marker, and once these values have been set, when you drag the marker, the label will retain its position with reference to that marker. By default, auto width option is selected for marker labels. This is how it works. With the auto width checked, you control how the text in the label is set, and there is no word wrap. If you want the text to be in 2 lines, simply hit enter or return, and the label adjusts accordingly. Now with the auto width unchecked, word wrap is applied, and you can define the text width within your label using the label width slider. You can set the text styling for your label by clicking the settings button next to label text style. Set the font size, alignment, color. Labels can also have rollover properties. Check the option and set the rollover color. If we preview how this works, you can see that when I hover the mouse pointer over the marker, the color of the label text changes. Now let's look at the label's background styling. The corner radius gives the rounded corners to the background. You can change the left, right, top, bottom padding, the background color, its transparency, the outline thickness, color and transparency. If you do not want the outline with your background, set its opacity, that is the transparency value, to 0. Just like the label's text, the label's background can have rollover properties. Set the background color, opacity, outline thickness, color and opacity values under Apply Rollover Properties, and click Apply. And if we preview this now, we can see that the label's background also changes when the mouse hovers over the marker. So there we have a completely restyled marker label. If you do not want the background, you can uncheck this option here. You can also apply filters to these marker labels, drop shadow, bevel, and glow. You can even make the label respond to mouse actions by checking this option. What this does is, it takes all mouse hover and click actions that have been applied on the marker and adds them to the label. Let's see this in action. Without the option checked, the actions are only on the marker. And now with the option checked, the actions are applied to the label also. The next set of settings define the visibility of the marker label. Let's see these in action. Visible on rollover would make the label visible only when the mouse pointer hovers over the marker. Visible but hides on rollover will do just the opposite. Fade in and fade out effects can also be applied. So that was all about marker labels.